Hello everybody, we're going to do the blog just a little early this week. I'm going to be out of town this Friday, so we're coming to you Wednesday afternoon. Grateful to be here with you. Looks like fall has come in a wonderful way. I know there are many who are challenged with the cold, but my counsel to you is to enjoy the changing seasons and recognize that this too will change eventually. But we certainly have been hit with fall-like weather this week. First thing I want to do is just give a great big shout out to the Idaho State University Bengals for their wonderful win over the Idaho Vandals. I considered that they were going to win. I knew they were going to win. I just felt strongly they were going to win, but I had no idea they were going to win 62-28. What a wonderful experience it was to participate with that and to see the things that happened with that. One of the things that I will tell you about is they had a canned food drive, a competition between ISU and the U of I, and ISU won that. So those of you who participated, just so grateful for the support that you gave and the way that that came in. And I say, go Bengals, and let's make sure and get behind our Idaho State Bengals. I suppose it would be good for me to say at this time, too, what a wonderful, wonderful change of venue we've had as President Satterley has come on. His attitude is so wonderful, and I have had the opportunity to have discussions with him of having more of a presence in the city of Chubbuck, and he's totally open to that, and we'll be talking to him a lot more about that in the future. But just great to see ISU having this kind of success, and let's really as a community buy in and make sure that this is our university. This coming Wednesday, the 17th of October, is a City Council meeting. It will begin at 6 o'clock, and I just thought I'd let you know that there are actually 3 public hearings on that agenda. And so make sure and come over and see the things that are happening, and if you have a desire to make a comment, these public hearings are a time for many of the citizens who have concerns or just maybe even suggestions to come and talk to us about that. So put that on your calendar for October 17th at 6 o'clock and come over and participate with our City Council meeting. Let me report to you on some of our street work. The Country Acres subdivision refurbishing is coming to a close. That's been a 2-year project. I know that not everybody lives over in that area, but I would certainly encourage people from our community to drive through that Country Acres area. That's over by the Cotant Park to the west and to the, well, it's actually to the west of Cotant Park. But come over and see what's happened there. Sidewalks have been put in and the streets have been repaved, and like I say, it's just within a couple of weeks now of being completely finished. We will probably have a ribbon cutting over there sometime as the weather will allow us to do that. Also, the Highline Siphon Project. I know many of you are anxious for that to be an active and functioning intersection again. The signaling, we're not exactly sure what the time on that's going to be. The signaling might not be up, but we still have plans to have that as a functioning intersection the 1st of November. Now that might not mean November 1. It'll be sometime in that first week, and we're hoping it might be November 1, but that's a Thursday, and it wouldn't surprise me if perhaps officially it opens like on a Monday. But sometime that first week in November, that will be a functioning intersection. We're grateful for those who have done the work over there and stayed on schedule, that can be up and running, and I know that there are many of you who are anxious that this has kind of put you out of your way. And just grateful that that's going to be up and functioning. Again, the signal might not be ready. We'll have that functioning as soon as we can, but we will have it a functioning intersection just as quickly as we can. Folks, we're going to have our annual trunk or treat over at the Pine Ridge Mall again. This is sponsored by our police. I just want to put out a plea to anybody who would like to participate, not necessarily a plea because it's not like we don't get enough donations, but if you would desire to donate to that activity, either by bringing in a bag or 2 of candy or donating some funds, if you would just let our police know. Aaron Harker is the one that heads that up for us, and they do just a wonderful job. But if you would like to participate by donating something, if you'd get a hold of our police folks, they will let you know how that can happen. Had the opportunity today at noon to attend a function that I get to go to quite often, and this is called a Veterans Treatment Court. Judge Carnaroli actually presides over that. It's wonderful to see the wonderful services that are being provided there for folks who are veterans who've made some mistakes in their lives, and they work so closely with them to help to get their lives back on track. It's such a wonderful thing to see these individuals and be able to hear from them how their lives have changed and how they're back on track, and truly being such a wonderful blessing to our community. We owe so much to our veterans, and this is just one of those ways that can be given back. And it was just wonderful to be over there today and participate with a graduation ceremony. And I'm just grateful for the opportunity I had to participate with that. We've got an election coming up next month, the 6th of November. Make sure that you get yourself registered if you're not registered. Study the issues. There's a couple initiatives on the ballot and many candidates. Study the initiatives, study the candidates, but make sure and get out and vote. Support good things and good people. I just want to conclude by giving a general thank you to all those who serve in our community. We have a lot of boards and committees and commissions that serve in our community and do such a wonderful job, and I'm grateful for each who does that. And we also have just so many people who serve behind the scenes who we seldom see or hear, but I know that these things that happen in our community couldn't happen without each one of those individuals. So I just want to, as the mayor, I want to say thank you to each person for the things that you do to help our community be all that it is. And that includes folks who are taking care of their properties, folks who are reaching out to neighbors who need help, as well as many of the formal and informal things that happen service-wide in our community. We live in such a wonderful community where folks truly do watch out for the needs and the best of each other. And I'm so grateful to be part of this community. And so we'll see you next week.